So I'm actually out here on the lease property right now, and I brought in 10 head of cattle right now. And you know, if you take a look at the grass, you can already tell that the grass is growing in a lot. I know it's already dark. I was actually over here with the contractor, to get myself a little loading pen built. But if you take a look at this grass, you can actually tell that the grass is already coming in. The grass, this isn't, I didn't plant this grass, but I actually walked this field about 2 weeks ago, and I actually said that there's a lot of common Bermuda grass. I'm pretty sure that this is common Bermuda grass. And I was walking this field, and this field, it has a lot of grass on it. I actually said that this field, it doesn't have the most the grass here. It's not the highest biomass grass, right? I mean, it's not the highest biomass grass, but it is grass. All right, it is grass, and the cattle will definitely eat it. And I fertilized it 2 weeks ago, and you can already tell that the fertilizer is making a very, very, very big difference. The grass is coming in real good. And so and all of this grass, it cost me $1,200. So I used $1,200 to grow all of this grass. That was what it cost me. And so, I talk about this all the time in terms of the cattle business. I'm really in the grass business. Depending on how much grass I have, that's how much money I make. And if you take a look at this grass, this is a very realistic opportunity. And also, I'm not just saying go and fertilize a random piece of land, right? The thing about and I was actually saying this, if you have a bunch of brush, right? If you have a bunch of brush on your field and you go and you fertilize that brush, you're just gonna end up with more brush, okay? I walked the field, and I took a look at the property, and I realized that I had a lot of there was a lot of Bermuda grass here. And, right, I had this grass growing on the field already. This grass was already growing on the field. It's not the best grass, right? It's not going to accumulate the most biomass. But one of the big benefits about this grass is that this grass grows well when it's warm outside. This is called a common Bermuda grass. I'm pretty sure this is common Bermuda grass. And this grass grows very well when it's warm outside. And it will actually spread via its root material. So that is why I went and fertilized this grass. I didn't plant anything. All right, I didn't plant anything. I took a look at the natural plant population on the field, and I determined that it was that there was a substantial amount of natural, just I guess what you would call prairie grass. It's some kind of a prairie grass. I think it's common Bermuda, but I mean, I'm not like a plant identification specialist. And, and this kind of grass, it will actually grow via its root material. It will actually spread across the field on its own as it grows vegetatively. So that's a very big benefit. And so I took a look at the overall situation, and at that point, I determined that it was a good idea to fertilize the field, right? And so I fertilized the field, and look at how much biomass I got for $1,200. Right. The good thing about this grass is that it doesn't accumulate the most biomass, but the plant spreads itself very rapidly, and it covers the field very thoroughly. So that's very good. The planting density, the number of plants per acre is very high. Right, because like when I grow a hybrid wheatgrass, the planting density of the grass is whatever I plant, right? Whatever I plant is the planting density, but this plant, it will effectively cover every square inch of the field. This Bermuda grass will cover every square inch of the field, and if I take care of the grass will actually spread itself via its root material. And it's perennial. It will grow back every year, and so that's a very good situation for me. As long as I take care of the grass will effectively just grow back on its own, and I don't have to plant anything. I can just fertilize the field properly. And I used $1,200 worth of fertilizer, and I got this much grass. I got this much grass for $1,200 worth of fertilizer. I don't know if y'all can see it, but I mean, it's legitimately covering every square inch of the field. I mean, it is coming in real dense. The vegetation is coming in real thick. and it's probably 7, 8, 9, 10 inches tall. But I mean, if you take a look at like the leaf width, right? If you take a look at the leaf width, you know, and the overall biomass of each individual plant, it's not as good as my winter wheat. It is not as good as my hybrid winter wheat. But you know, on the other side, this grass is actually covering every square inch of the field. Like if you take a look at my my winter wheat field, if you take a look at my forage wheat, if you take a look at the forage wheat, you can actually see the ground, right? You know, when I walk through my forage wheat, if you go back and look at and watch one of my videos with the forage wheat, you know, if you take a look at the field, you're actually going to see that you can actually see the ground. You know, you can actually see the ground in between the plants. But when you take a look at this field, you can't see the ground at all. You can't see the ground at all. And, you know, this grass actually spreads itself via its root material. And as long as I take care of the grass, and this is just a natural grass that's growing in the area. And you know, I actually you know, and I'm not looking to float my own boat or whatever. I'm not looking to whatever, you know, I'm just saying it is what it is. I mean, you know, God knows it, I know it, my mama knows it. You know, about 2 weeks ago, I actually said that this field has a large population of what looks like common Bermuda grass on it. And I determined that if I just fertilized this field properly, if I just utilized fertilizer, I didn't have to plant anything. And I was determining that, you know, maybe I'd come over with some ryegrass if I had to. But, you know, this grass is coming in real thick. The grass is coming in real thick. It's actually covered every square inch of the field. You know, this grass has covered every square inch of the field, and it's spreading via its root material. And you know, I don't have to plant anything, and so that's a very, very, very big benefit for me. And you know, I brought some animals in today, and this is you know, and the grass is actually the grass is coming in real thick. The biomass accumulation per individual plant is not very good, but on the other hand, the planting density is very high. The number of plants per square inch, per square foot is very high. And another way to take a look at that is when you take a look at my winter wheat, or not, it's not winter wheat. I mean, I don't know, it may be winter wheat, but it's a forage wheat. If you take a look at the hybrid wheat that I have planted back at home, that plant, you can actually see the ground in between the grass plants. You can actually see the ground underneath the plant. But over here, you can't see the ground at all. It's just grass, right? It's just straight grass. There's grass everywhere. And I managed to grow all of this grass for $1,200. So, I mean, that's very good for me. You know, I've always said that in the cattle business, I'm not really in the cattle business. I'm in the grass business. I'm in the business of growing grass. You know, depending on how much grass I grow is depend on, you know, that's what my business relies on, right? That's what my business, you know, that's what floats my business. And so, you know, I brought some animals in today, and the grass is coming in real good. The population density of the grass is very high, and I grew all this grass for about $1,200. I put about 2 tonnages of fertilizer on it, and I managed to grow all this grass. I mean, look at it. I mean, it's 7-10 inches tall. And it is every square inch of the ground is covered with grass. I mean, you can see it in every square inch of this grass. Every square inch of this ground is covered in grass. And you know, is it the highest biomass grass? No, it's not the highest. It's not the highest biomass grass, but this grass is the planting density of the grass is very thick. There is a lot of plants per square foot. The plant is actually probably propagating itself. I would anticipate that I think that this is some kind of a common Bermuda grass. And this kind of grass, you know, from what I visually observe, I anticipate that this grass is actually spreading itself, propagating itself via the root material. And so that's probably why the planting density of the grass is so high. You know, I have a very, 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 very large amount of grass on this field, and I managed to grow it for about $1,200. It only cost me $1,200, and so that's very good. You know, I did very good, and you know, that's very, very good. If you take a look at it, I mean, it's just every square inch of this field is just covered with this grass, and the grass is 7, 8, 10 inches tall. And you know, I got some cattle out here, and you know, and so you know, but I got a few cattle over to the sale barn this morning. Tomorrow I'm gonna be going to the sale barn to pick up more animals. And but yeah, the grass is very good. The grass is very good. You know, I did real good on this, and this is the new lease property, and you know, I had the contractor over here today to build out the loading pen, and I got everything situated over here. I actually brought in my first animals today, and tomorrow I'll be going to the cell barn to pick up new animals. And so I did real well for myself over here. I did real good on this. I got the fertilizer on the field just in time. The grass is coming in real good. The grass is coming in real good across the entire field. And it's actually getting dark and I gotta get home, so I'm just gonna call it a day. Y'all have a good one.